Hello, I'm doing another what if. Sorry if my voice sounds scratchy, I'm a little sick. But, I'm gonna be doing what if Naruto had Lelouches geass. So, I think that when he's like 4, they're gonna be chasing a girl around, and this could be C2. Sorry if you guys can hear my dogs barking in the background. They're annoying. But like I was saying, some Chunin are chasing around. Actually, no. A Jonin. One Jonin is chasing around C2 around the village. And Naruto is at his house, and C2 ends up, going to his house. Completely by chance, but it happens. So, she goes inside to try to hide, and Naruto looks up, and him being probably 5 at the time. No, wait, 7. I'm gonna make him 7 at the time. He looks up and he's like, "Who are you?" She's like, can I stay here?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess." And she's like, "Okay." So, she hides there, and eventually the Jonin walks in, and he sees her, talking to Naruto. And he goes, "Get away from, that kid, you monster." And Naruto looks up. He's like, "What?" And he's like, "Kid, get away from her." So, he's like, "Why?" He's like, "Never mind." And C2, she gets up, and I'm gonna say that Naruto, he ended up grabbing some kunai, and he was getting ready to fight, which was pretty stupid of him considering, he's only 6 or 7. And so, he starts running at the Jonin. So the Jonin throws a kunai at him, and C2 jumps in the way and says, "You mustn't kill him." And the kunai hits her in the, directly in the head. So she, falls to the ground, and Naruto's crying because, she was, one of the first people that actually were nice to him. So he's crying, and he's like, "I wish I had the power to do something." And, they would do the contract thing and everything. So he gets the geass, and he looks up at the Jonin, and he's like, "I command you, die." So, the Jonin kills himself with kunai. He pulls out a kunai and sticks it through his neck. So, and then after that, he's like, "Whoa, what was that?" And, he cleans up, the blood and stuff, and some other ninja came by and got rid of the bodies. And Naruto says to the people, because I'm gonna say he's, pretty smart in this one. So he says to them that the girl killed him, or killed the Jonin, at the same time the Jonin stabbed her and killed her. And they believe it, so they clean up the bodies from that house. And he goes to the academy, and he hasn't exactly learned how to control the geass yet. So he's just kind of running around, trying to use it, but nobody, because he doesn't know how to activate it. And then one time, Sasuke, he called him, an idiot, And this kind of makes Naruto mad, like, because this was the first time Sasuke called him anything. So, he looks up, and he looked into Sasuke's eyes, and he goes, leave right now and get the worst scores in the class. And, he does it. So, I'm gonna skip to, when they graduate. And Naruto, at this point, C2 came back, and he's not that surprised at this point, because that happened when he was, 10. She came back, which is, a long time after he got the geass, but at around, 10 and a half, he learned how to control the geass, perfectly. So now he can use the geass, and I'm gonna make a few differences to the geass, he can use it multiple times on one person. So, they graduate, and they're on the roof, and, same team, 7. So, Sakura and Sasuke, they say the exact same thing. But Naruto, when he's asked, likes and dislikes and what his dream is, he said, I like training with C2. I hate people who look down on other people. And my dream is to become the strongest shinobi. And he said this with so much, confidence that it kind of surprised Kakashi. But, he was just, kind of sounds like somebody I know. Or used to know. And by that, he means, Obito. So, that happened. And then it's the bell test time, right? So, it's bell test time, and they're all, ready to go. And it's, and Naruto's kind of a lot more calm. He has more of, he's like Lelouch. He's basically a genius that's really calm and doesn't really care about things. So, he doesn't jump before Kakashi says anything. So Kakashi says go. And Naruto just looked, the other two hide, and Naruto just looks directly at Kakashi. And he goes, give me the bells. And he activates his, geass. I don't know why I forgot the name of the geass for a second, but it's geass. So he activates his geass, and Kakashi gives him the bells. So he easily passes, and he gives the other bell to Sasuke, because he feels like it'll be the better person to be on this team. And once Kakashi comes, back from the geass, he looks around, and he sees Naruto and Sasuke holding the bells. And he's like, who got the bells? And Sasuke and Sakura just pointed at Naruto, and Naruto was just kind of sitting there yo. And Kakashi's surprised, so he's just kind of he's surprised. And, oh my dude, this guy. Okay, well, Kakashi, he's surprised, so he passes them because, they kind of showed teamwork, I guess, because he doesn't really know what happened. And he assumes that they use teamwork. And I must say that Kakashi thinks that it was a really powerful form of, Kakashi thinks it's going to be, a really strong Kekkei Genkai that can produce a really strong Genjutsu. But in reality, it's just, the geass. So, I'm gonna say Naruto is probably like, so this is like the Land of Waves arc, right? And up until then, he's been training with C2. So he's like really flippin' strong. He's like probably a little under Kakashi level. And that's without the geass too. So with the geass, he's like over Shanin level because he can just control the Shanin. So they go on the Land of Waves arc, Once Zabuza comes out, Naruto just looks directly at him. He's like, "Hey, look at me!" And then he runs super fast, and Kakashi couldn't see him in his base form, and neither could Zabuza. And Naruto just ends up behind him, like not close behind him, but like probably like 7 feet away. And Zabuza turns around. He's like, "What?" And Naruto looks at him. He's like, "Die." And he activates his geass, So Zabuza, he pulls out a kunai, and he's about, Okay, he grabbed the executioner. Blade, and he's about to stab it straight through, his chest. And Haku's kind of confused because, he's trying to die. And so right before it goes through, Haku jumps right in front of the blade, which ends up killing Haku. And Zabuza, he's still under the thing, so he pulls it out of Zabuza and he sticks it through his heart, and then he dies. So now they're both dead. Hold on. So Zabuza and Haku are dead now, and they go back to the village. And I'm gonna say that Naruto's so strong that Kakashi wants to make him an instant Jonin. Hold on. Okay, like I was saying, Kakashi wants to make him an instant Jonin. And this, Kakashi coming up and saying this catches Hiruzen off guard, because it's been, a while before he's even accepted the team. So for him to, actually recommend someone to be a Jonin is, really rare. 1 in a million. So, I'm gonna say that the third Hokage, he sends, 3 Jonin there to kind of, 3 low-level Jonin to test his strength. And, he just kind of uses the geass and tells them to, hold their breath until they pass out. And after they pass out, they start breathing again. So they're not dead, they're just passed out. And he kind of puts some dirt on it, so it looks like some dirt on them and himself, so it looks like they had a fight. And he brings their unconscious bodies back to the third Hokage, and third Hokage accepts to make him a Jonin. So now Naruto a Jonin, and the other 2 are still, Genin. So they take the exams without Naruto because Naruto's already a Jonin. And, so he gets his own team. And, he goes on, missions, and I'm gonna say that, hold on. Okay, well, I'm gonna see Naruto, he's pretty close with Konohamaru, just because. So he trained Konohamaru a little bit, and Naruto does know the Rasengan, and he did not seal the scroll because he's not stupid. So, he still, took the scroll, and he wrote down some of the jutsus. He wrote down Flying Rising, he wrote down Edo Tensei, he wrote down Multi-Shadowclone Jutsu, he wrote down Rasengan, because that's probably going to be in there. And those are the 4 jutsus I'm going to give him from the scroll. So he knows those 4. So he's kind of like, teaching Konohamaru how to do the Rasengan. Which, Konohamaru, he's like way slower at it than Naruto was. And, that's pretty normal. I think Naruto is just a prodigy. So he's kind of training him with that, and he has like an unperfected one. Like he's pretty close to finishing stage 2, but he's not done with stage 2 yet. So I'm gonna say Konohamaru graduates and becomes a ninja when Naruto's about 14. So it's about 2 years. No. Alright, I'm gonna say. Actually, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. So, I'm gonna say that Konohamaru gets put in a team with 2 older, ninja. 2 older genin. Because, he's pretty young when he became a ninja, I'm pretty sure. Because I'm not sure exactly how old Naruto was when Konohamaru became a ninja. So I'm going to say that it was like 14 in this. 14, when Naruto was 14. So, Naruto, he's been put in charge of Konohamaru and the other 2, Genin's team. So, he does the bell test, because he thought it would be pretty cool. And on most of his missions, if it's a kill mission, he'll just, order them to die. And, if it's an assassination mission, he'll kill the person in front of people if he wants to, and then he'll just use his geass to make them forget. So he did that. And, so that happened, and he's mostly been, sharpening his geass, and he found out something new. And I'll tell you what that new thing is next time. So, I'm gonna have Konohamaru and their team, go on a mission in the next video. If you want a part 2 to this, hit the like button and subscribe. If you want a part 2 though, I'm gonna ask for 5 likes. And hope you enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.